Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just filmed a video and the doorbell rang and I was like, because my shop app told me that my order was here and I was expecting this much later in the day. So obviously the makeup gods are looking out for me. So if you want to see first impressions, swatches, comparisons, the whole shebang, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I love to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. I have been a Pat McGrath lover for a very long time. I even have the receipts to prove it. So if you would like to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on that post notification bell because I upload pretty much every day. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay guys, I am so excited for this launch. Like, you have no idea. I have a lot of makeup, so it does take quite a bit to get me really excited for something. And when I tell you Pat McGrath and Bridgerton, it's like the perfect storm for me because I loved the show and I love Pat McGrath so much that I couldn't have thought of a more perfect marrying of two of my favorite things. And honestly, I started watching Bridgerton again just to prep for this launch, so that's been really fun for me. And now the makeup is here and it's time to play and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, when I tell you Regé-Jean Page, oh, how did that man exist on this earth for so long and I had no idea? We love a good Duke and I love Daphne, and it's just been so fun watching the characters come alive again. I can't wait for season 2. Anyway, I feel like I've talked your ear off, so let me get to it. Now this collection consists of 4 pieces and let me show them to you. So the first item is the eyeshadow palette. So this is what the box packaging looks like. This has a 18-month shelf life and all the ingredients are listed on the back. It also says that it's made in Italy. And then the actual packaging is that cardboard packaging that she sometimes does. And it's so beautiful. It's that Bridgerton blue. And this is what the inside looks like. There is a mirror. And on the inside it says, "Flawless, my dear," which I believe the queen says to Daphne when she makes her entrance for the season of courting that's happening in the first season of Bridgerton. So these are the shades, and there's these beautiful embossings on the shadows as well. Next is the blush palette, so it's that same packaging that she has. And then this is the blush palette. It's got these gorgeous shades in it. I actually looked at my Pat McGrath blush collection and I actually don't have any of these shades in my existing collection from what I can tell. So I'm very happy with myself about that. And then we have 2 other highlighters that are separate from the palettes. And they have the most beautiful lacquered packaging. So here is the packaging on the highlighters. And then that's the back. But I love that they included this print. I think that's a really nice touch. So this highlighter reminds me of Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of that highlighter, but I just could not say no to this highlighter. This is the shade Extreme Gold 002. And then here is the lighter shade. This is Incandescent Gold 002. And they both have that beautiful embossing, which I'm going to moan when I dip my brush into it, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and start off by swatching the eyeshadow palette. Okay, so here are the swatches of the Diamond of the First Water eyeshadow palette. And the shades are Iconic Ingenue, Art of the Swoon, which is actually in an episode, if you guys remember. I'm sure all of these have references, but since I've been watching the show recently, these are fresh in my mind. Then we have Regency Blue, Plum Regalia, Duchess Divinity, and Love Match. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the blush palette now. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, I will. These are like the standard blush embossing, so it's cool how it just goes with the theme though. So pretty. So we have like a mid-tone rosy pink and a neutral like nude shade and a beautiful like peachy highlighter. So these are Cherish, Nymphette, and Venus Nectar. And I would like to think that I'm really familiar with all of her blush shade names, but I'm not, so I'm not sure if these are existing shades. But if I have the time, I'll try and look it up and put it on the screen for you guys just so I can keep you informed. I personally do prefer the packaging like this for the blushes because I do have this original blush packaging and I really don't like it. I mean, it does have a little like press mechanic in it, but it's not my favorite. I think these are just a little bit easier to open. And then the highlighters in this collection are the size of the Pat McGrath quads. So do keep that in mind when you are shopping for these in case you're wondering, because the blush is a little bit smaller than the highlighter packaging and it's the same packaging size as the holiday packaging. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what kind of look I want to do with this palette. And the shades are 2 satin type shades, 1 matte, and then 3 more metallic type shades. So I think I'm going to start off with this beautiful pink shade right here called Art of the Swoon, and we're going to throw that in the crease. I'm going to use kind of a chunky blending brush. Okay, so that satin shade applied nicely. It's definitely like a lighter pink than I would usually put in my crease, but you know what? This palette, let's be real, I didn't buy it because the color story appealed to me. I definitely wanted it because it was a Bridgerton collab. So now I'm going to take this BK Beauty A502 brush. I think that one's called Love Match. Take this and put it like right in my crease just to give it like a little bit more definition. Build it up. This color is definitely more flattering on me. I'm actually going to add that on the crease and maybe even bring it up just a little bit. Ooh, I love it. Okay, now I'm going to use this shade right here. It's the matte shade. It's like a dark brown. Just going to stick to the same brush and I'm going to put that on the outer corner area and just kind of give it a little bit of definition on the outer corner. That is so pretty. It's just like very simple, but the colors all work really nicely together. And then I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm just going to go into this champagne shade right here. And we're going to throw that on the brow bone, of course. My brow hair is growing back. If you're watching my videos on a TV screen, let me know down in the comments because we just added 2 lights behind me. And so I wanted to see what the lighting was like on my videos. And you guys know my husband's kind of like my tech guy. We were sitting on our couch watching my videos and there's nothing more horrifying than seeing your makeup on a like 65-inch TV. So if you guys have been watching me on a TV this whole time, thank you for your support. Okay, now we're gonna go into the gorgeous shade. What is this called again? Regency Blue. On that same brush, I'm just using a Sonia G brush. And I'm gonna give this a little bath with my Shop Missy setting spray. And we're just gonna put this all over the lid today. Just a simple, gorgeous pink blue look. Honestly, if you haven't seen Bridgerton yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I have seen some people's new makeup releases videos where they're talking about this launch and they're like, I've never seen Bridgerton. And I'm like, what? Why? What's wrong with you? Do you hate life? Like, just kidding, guys. It's not that deep, but it is a gorgeous palette. So I kind of like this blue here. I'm sure it doesn't really make a lot of sense to people, but I think it's a fun, like, like kind of a twist to the eyeshadow palette. Is this gonna be like my favorite Pat McGrath palette? No, absolutely not. But it is a Bridgerton collab and I'm here for it. Okay, so I want to use every shade in the palette, so I'm gonna dip into this shade right here called Duchess Divinity. It's like a taupey purple shade, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner just to give the eye look some depth. Oh, it's like really sparkly with the blue, and now I'm just gonna put some more of the blue on top, but that's a pretty color too. It's very understated, but it's pretty. So that's pretty much the eye look. I used every shade in the palette, which I don't often do. So now I'm gonna do the lower lash line, and I have this beautiful blue liner called Big Splash from ColourPop. So we're gonna go ahead and line our waterline with it just to kind of open up my eye and give it like a nice little pop in the waterline. You guys haven't seen the video yet, but I actually decluttered my gel pencils, and some of you might enjoy the video, some of you might think it's a snooze fest. I'm just glad I decluttered it, to be honest. I had like 60 something pencils and now I'm down to like 40 something or something like that. So very excited about that. Okay, so I love these shades. So I'm gonna go into this one and I'm gonna take my favorite pencil brush and I'm just gonna bring that in the lower lash line. This is just like such a romantic palette and it's so perfect for Valentine's. I think this might have to be like my Valentine's palette unless something else comes along, because it's so beautiful and just like a romantic vibe. Which, I mean, let's be real, Bridgerton is all about the romance as well. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take the blue shade, the Regency blue shade, with the same brush, and I just want to spray it so it doesn't go everywhere, and I'm just gonna put it on the inner corner and just bring it down just a little bit to give the lower lash line a little pop, and of course the inner corner. Such a pretty shade for the inner corner. Okay, so that is the look as far as the eyeshadow goes. Now let's go ahead and try out the blushes in the blush palette. So there are 2 blushes, so I'm going to apply each on each side of my face. So not going to be like the prettiest makeup look, but you guys will be able to tell what the shades look like. So I'm going to grab my Real Techniques blush brush and go into the middle shade, which is called Nymphette, and I'm just gonna put that on this side. These blushes are very, very pigmented, so just keep that in mind. Since this is like more of a neutral shade and it's quite light, I'm not too worried about going overboard. But if you ever buy one of the darker shades, like the ones I have in my collection from when they first launched, you have to be so careful, because you can go overboard real quick with the blushes from Pat McGrath, because they are very, very pigmented. So I don't know if you guys can see it. I think I did grab a little bit of the highlighter because this Real Techniques brush is so big, but that's okay. So there is the shade Nymphette, and there might be a little bit of highlighter mixed in there because I picked a big giant brush. Okay, so for the pink blush, which is called Venus Nectar, I'm using the Sonia Kashuk brush that is no longer available at Target, and it's picking up quite a bit. So I'm just gonna dust it off, and see, it's really pigmented. So you really wanna watch out, because this can build up quick. So I'm just gonna do a light wash and leave that alone. So those are the 2 blush shades from the Bridgerton palette. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of the highlighter kind of on my chin and in my little Cupid's bow here. So I'm grabbing a Sigma all-purpose buffer brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade in the palette. And we're just gonna put a little bit on. I do have a lipstick on. This is Zaya from Lunar Beauty. I filmed another video before my palette came, so I just kept the lippy on because I thought it looked nice and it was neutral enough to go with everything. So I really like the highlighter in this blush and highlighter palette. It's a very nice like neutral shade, so I think she made a good choice with the highlighter she picked. It's like a bronzy champagne. It's a champagne color. It's not bronze. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. Super pretty. How is it that I can never find a clean brush when I need to? Anyway, I grabbed 2 clean ones to try out the highlighters. So I'm going to use the shade Incandescent Gold on the pink side because I feel like the pink and the yellow is just going to be too much. So I'm just going to pick it up with this ABH brush. This is the A23 brush. And we're just going to apply that on this side. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, what? I like fell in love with the holiday highlighter from Pat McGrath. And no, I'm so glad I bought this one too. That is so gorgeous. I hope you guys can see that. So that's Incandescent Gold 002 on this side. And now for the much more intimidating shade, in my opinion, this is Gold, Extreme Gold. And I have this brush. I don't know if you guys remember this, but somebody on YouTube was obsessed with this, which is why I bought it. This is the Pro Fan Detail brush from Sephora collection. I don't even think they make this anymore, but like I said, when you need a brush, you can never find it. So I picked up a generous amount and I'm gonna slowly, ooh, okay. This is not as, well, it is as yellow as Trophy Wife, but it's more blendable and it doesn't have like chunky glitter in it. So you can almost like buff it into your skin. But that is gorgeous. I'm so glad I bought the 2 highlighters. I was almost gonna pass on them because I was like, these both look like they wouldn't work for me. But Mama Pat came through and they actually do. So, oh, that is so pretty. Ah, that is so pretty. I love it. Okay guys, so I'm done testing this makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and put some earrings on, throw on some mascara, and I will be right back to give you guys my first impression thoughts on this new collection. So I'm really feeling myself at this moment in time. I did make the critical error of putting on lashes. I thought I could do it. I should know better. I should not try to do lashes when I'm filming an important video, but I decided to commit, and I'm so sorry if they look disastrous. I'm still practicing my lash application, so I'm wearing my same lashes that I've been wearing in all the other videos that I've been wearing lashes in. These are the Sigma Doe-Eyed lashes, and then I did use the Lily Lashes. This is their Power Liner Adhesive Eyeliner. I've actually had this for a while, and it was in my eyeliner stash, so when I was decluttering my eyeliners, I found it, and it felt like it was still pretty good, and it was in functioning order, so I did decide to use it. And other than the fact that I suck at putting on lashes, the glue actually works really well, so I'm interested to keep testing that out. And then for lipstick, I went into my lipstick collection and grabbed a Pat McGrath matte lipstick. This is the shade 1995, and it's a really pretty neutral matte nude shade, and I really like her matte lipsticks. They are very comfortable and just very nice and bougie. I do have a few of these, but I will say I don't pull them out very often because I'm definitely more of a liquid lipstick girl, but I did apply that over the Lunar Beauty shade just to make this kind of a more Pat McGrath focused makeup look. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the Bridgerton collab. Now, I will say that I am very biased in this video because, like I said, I do love Pat McGrath and I love the show. So I like screamed, you know, texted my husband when I saw that this collab was happening, and it came out 2 days before my birthday. So I was just hyped because I was so excited. So I feel like I am a little bit biased towards Pat McGrath, but I will say as far as the wait time on the shipping, I think a lot of us were thinking things were going to move a little bit faster than they did. I don't know if it's because of how busy things are because we're just getting over the holiday season, which is like one of the busiest seasons, or if this was a pre-order and they just forgot to let us know. Either way, I'm just happy my stuff got here, but I know a lot of people are still like, what's happening? Where's my stuff? Etc. So I will say I did get shipping notification, I think like Friday or something last week, and it's Tuesday now, and so my products are here. So that wasn't too bad, but I just wanted to mention that. As far as the eyeshadow palette goes, I think this is like my biggest like fail for this collection. I think it's beautiful. I'm glad I have it. I think it goes with the vibe of the show, which is what they're collaborating with. I think she did a really good job of tying the show in. Are these my favorite Pat McGrath shadows? No, they're not. I do really like this shade called Regency Blue. I think that is a stunner, but everything else I feel like is pretty meh. But I am so happy I bought this because, like I said, the collector in me is a very happy camper right now. As far as the blush palette goes, this is definitely one of my favorite things in this collection. Like I said, I went through my blushes from Pat McGrath and I don't have any of these shades. Plus, I prefer this packaging. So I am very pumped to have even more blushes and highlighters from her. Plus, the highlighter shade is absolutely beautiful. So very happy about that. And then my other two favorite things in this collection are the two highlighters. I was so nervous to pick these up because I just couldn't tell if they were going to work with my skin tone. This one I was worried was going to be too light. This one I was worried was going to be way too yellow and just like sit on my skin. And so far I'm really impressed. They both blended in really well and work really well with my medium tan skin tone. So these might be my favorite thing in this collection. I will say all of the face products are 10 out of 10 for me. So I'm really happy I splurged and bought everything. This is definitely going to be more of a collector's piece for me, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I do believe the collection is currently sold out, but I did hear that she is going to be restocking it. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, you know, you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're doing so because I will post when I get restock information for you guys. So I think that's everything, guys. Those are my thoughts. This is the collection. I'm very happy with it. Let me know down in the comments, were you able to snag any of these pieces, or do you absolutely hate this collection? I love chatting to you guys down in the comments, and I will see you guys in another video on Thursday.